Welcome back, everybody. IGN Live, San Diego Comic-Con. I'm Damon, this is Greg, and now Bill from Nintendo is going to give us a look at the Wonderful 101.
There he is.
That's right,
Hey,
Wonderful
Bill.
101.
Let's see this Wonderful 101, see how wonderful it is.
I have to say, it is,
I'm sorry.
in my opinion, pretty wonderful.
Well,
it's obviously
stay biased.
I am a little bit biased.
Money
It's
hats.
the guys at Platinum Games,
Yep.
and produced by Atsushi Inaba, directed by Hideki Kamiya, and the two of them, I think, bring a very unique flair to the games that they create that you don't really see in other products.
It's one of those things I'd seen, at the press conference here and there. There's some gameplay footage. This guy at the office, Rich George, always yak.
That
I
guy.
don't know why people care about GTA. I'm more excited about Wonderful 101. And then I got to see this demo and play this demo, and I thought I said in a video here on IGN
Still looks
that
like Greg Miller.
It still looks like me with blonde hair and better looks and a definitive chin and a more athletic frame. But anyways, yeah, it looks just like me. This was a great game to start my Comic-Con with. This is the first demo I saw, and it totally, as we see here, has this superhero Clark Kent opening, right, of what the Wonderful 101 is.
That's right, and the game is essentially you are leading a team of 100 heroes. They are the Sentinels, formed by the United Nations to protect us from alien invasion.
Good.
That's right, which we need.
Of course.
I mean, because if we don't have them, who else is going to do it?
I think we learned a valuable lesson in Independence Day. That we are
Exactly.
woefully underprepared.
But
we have computer viruses, we're fine.
Yes, that's right. That's right. The thing that I love about it, though, is the way that kind of Platinum Games develops their games is they start with this really fun core gameplay concept, and in this case, it's morphing these teams into these incredible abilities. Sometimes you're using them for combat, sometimes in the environment, but then they just layer upon layer of depth around that and build this really great experience. And here, what you see is one of those layers is just that amazing story. You see here, Will Wedgwood, elementary school teacher.
Looks a little like you. Looks more like Bill than me.
And so this demo kind of serves to introduce a couple of the key concepts. One is the importance of speed in the game. You're going to be running through the environments. Here you're running through, gathering up all the school children on the school bus train. I don't know why we don't have these. School bus trains would be awesome.
Well, I think we're seeing right now why we don't have that. The calamity waiting to happen.
Yeah, but you see here he gets his score and his time plays a big part in that. You're scored on each little segment of the different objectives, the different missions that you have in the game. And so here Will Wedgwood is letting the children free, get them to safety, before we see him turn into his alter ego, which is Wonder Red, the Crimson Fist.
So we'll get to it here in a second. What I like about it, this idea, is that there's a hero from the Sentinels that's like in every city.
Right.
Like we meet one coming up here from Los Angeles. There's Will here. I like that idea a lot. Like, did they talk a little bit about their inspirations for this game and like how the idea came around?
They haven't yet. There is going to be a Nintendo Direct coming up that's going to be talking primarily about
Jesus,
this game.
Bill.
That's right. But here we see P-Star, which is sort of your support bot, there to help you through the game. And then this will get into both how the morphs function, as well as some of the additional characters, as you mentioned.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people say the game reminds them of Beautiful Joe.
Well,
Is
of
that
course,
a coincidence?
I obviously with both Atsushi Inaba and Hideki Kamiya in the game, I can see how some of those sensibilities would definitely come to life here. It's obviously just because of the superhero feel, really draws, I think, a lot on the flair and the inspiration that probably they had for Beautiful Joe. And certainly it's got a lot of that personality.
Yeah, right. The humor and the color. Like, that's what I wasn't expecting when I sat down to actually finally play it. After seeing screenshots and seeing a little bit of gameplay, to see that this whole opening and how that you talk and interact and how this looks, I'm like, okay, like this is awesome.
Yeah, and obviously, this being Comic-Con, we figured what better time than to show off all of the heroes and their origins. You've clearly got a little bit of backstory with his flashback at the beginning. This is actually one of my favorite parts is, bam, explosion. He's gone.
Kiva is worried about him.
Yeah. That's right.
No,
he's
okay.
But he's okay.
P-Star?
Yeah. And then you get the quick flashback, and you learn that the Sentinels, with the psychic abilities of their Wonder Emblems, can transform into their Wonder Hero states in just 3 billionths of a second.
Seems like more people would see that Wonder Emblem. Kind of big, but whatever. So now, we meet Red here. Is he the main character that we're playing as, or do you get around a lot? Or?
So yeah, he's sort of the main lead hero, but the way that the game works is you have other heroes in there. You see Wonder Blue, he gives you the sword transformation. Wonder Pink is another hero. She's pretty amazing. She turns into this really cool whip.
Okay.
Morph ability that you have in the game. You use those against enemies as well. So each of the different sort of lead heroes have different morph abilities. And what becomes, again, kind of going back to that speed idea, is your ability to not only do use the control stick to make the different lines to create the morphs, but being able to switch those in and out really fast. You may be going from fist to sword to whip very quickly within a single battle against multiple different enemies. And so the speed and the precision of being able to do that plays a big part in your ability to get the higher scores in the game.
How slick he looks, Damon.
It's really good.
We were asking who we should cosplay as. Maybe we should be some
Do red and blue?
Yeah, be some people.
You should maybe
You think
you'll be
you think
pink.
that might be a good idea?
I'd be pink.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Here,
There you go. You want one,
Yeah.
Damon?
Let's do this.
All right.
Put these on.
See?
That's the demo this way.
That's right.
Not that anyone is looking at us right now.
Well, when they come back, they retreat.
That's right.
They don't even know.
Yeah, he's already hurt. Why are the eyeballs so small?
So here what you see is, again with the combat, what they've done, they've layered in sort of the simple combat that you use, these quick attacks. You do that to build up your battery meter. The batteries are what you use to do the stronger morph attacks.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
This is what you were missing, ladies and gentlemen.
is what you
Thank
were
you for
missing.
watching this IGN Live.
Great. we said we wanted to cosplay.
Yeah, we did. I guess there you go, Vampy. We've done it. Exactly what you wanted. It wasn't as
wonderful
hard as they made it
101.
out.
I know.
They made it out really hard to cosplay. This was easy.
That's right.
So now, you're taking them off.
Yeah, there we go. We're not doing it?
You can keep doing it.
You can keep yours
It hurts
on.
my eyes. I got long eyelashes. I have model eyelashes.
You've got the glasses. You can't see.
It's true.
All right, I'm going to keep it on. I'm going to keep it on and stare at the camera so they can see it. You talk.
So again, here, this is what you see here is Wonder Blue comes into play very quickly. You're going to get an idea of how the morph, the Crimson Fist morph. You'll see the sword morph.
And so what people can't see is that this is all happening on the tablet controller. That you're
Right.
when we're about to start morphing and do stuff, you get a hilariously long intro here for him. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
But
this
this
is
is what I
great.
was talking
He
about.
tosses the rose in the air.
Yeah. All of this is just pretty spectacular. The way I think the humor shines through of him being this badass and then having to sit there while the narrator speaks about him. I really enjoy that, and then he can't even.
And then he tries to gracefully grab the
Nope.
rose, but no.
Chases it away. This is all happening. The morphs they're about to see as we make the sword, as we
Right.
a little bit make a chain and stuff. That's all happening with either the stick
That's
or
right.
the touchpad.
That's correct. You're playing on the Wii U gamepad, and you can play either with your right control stick to draw the circles, draw the straight lines, right, draw the L shape for the gun morph that comes later in the game, or you can use the touchscreen to do those. Obviously, if you're playing for speed, you're playing for those higher scores, sort of the platinum medals. You want to do those using the control stick, just because it's faster, it's quicker access, but if you're going to be you just want to play through the game kind of a little bit more laid back, less worried about your overall score and just more worried about having fun, you may want to use the touchpad for it.
We have a Twitter question that relates
Okay.
to this game. If you'd like to read it, if they'd like to cut away to it.
Joe Edwards asks, how much of a learning curve do you think there is for someone coming into this game blind or casually? It's going to be hard to play if you're blind.
Well,
I don't think that's what he meant. But it's true.
This
It's
is
true.
This is true. You will need to be able to watch to
You
play
need to
the game.
sight the ability to
But certainly, and as this tutorial explains, you go through, you meet the characters, but it introduces the concepts very, very easily, and essentially with the way that the morphs work, because of the touchpad interface. I think it's going to be pretty easy for anybody. But really, Platinum Games is known particularly for the level of challenge that their games offer. So, I mean, certainly, unless you're somebody who can't draw a straight line, you may be challenged. But I think we all learned that in kindergarten.
Well, see, now you say that. There's a video on IGN with Damon and me talking about this where I was having a lot of trouble here. Now, of course, I was getting a demo from a loudmouth who was talking over all the credits. So it was hard for me to keep up. As I said, I think it was user error. Just even the fact that I missed the most basic one. Because I kept drawing and then I would try to confirm, but I think for the chain I didn't have to confirm. That's why I was drawing a sword and then confirming the sword. And
That's right. No, the way it works is you do your shape in combat. You do your circle, your line, your L, whatever shape whatever morph you're trying to do, you would do that and then hit the A button, and that completes the morph.
Right.
But you also have the morphs within the environment that you use too. Sometimes it may be the chain, sometimes it may be a ladder.
Okay.
There are a few others that you'll use as well. And what you'll do there is then you just simply draw all the way across and hold it until the morph completes, and then you run across on
That
the
was
chain.
me. Me being stupid. But here's the thing I said, right, is that even in all these videos, right, where I'm like, I couldn't do it, I'm stupid, I'm still like, I really want to play this game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm
Now,
totally
the other thing that you see here is, which is actually pretty interesting in terms of the way the morphs work. As you play through, you're able to recruit other citizens to your team, and the larger that your team grows, the more of the heroes you're able to use in the individual morphs. And you do that, if by doing, instead of a small circle with the control stick, you can do a larger circle, use up more of your hero team, and that would make a larger fist. Similarly with the sword, you can do a longer straight line, and that'll use up more of the hero team to create a longer sword. So the more heroes you have on your team, the more power you can get into your morphs.
And can you lose heroes as you go? Like,
yeah, if you take damage, it kind of scatters your heroes out and whatnot. So you've got to be sure. Here's an example of where you would do that. You just kind of draw a line around them. Your hero team gathers around these citizens that are stunned on the ground, wakes them up, and recruits them. And you see we've added a student and two citizens.
Masks.
Yeah.
I like how it gives you info on who you're recruiting.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Citizen.
That's right.
I like some of the other footage that you've shown. I think at E3, like you fight some pretty giant aliens.
Yeah, the aliens, and they're actually they range in size. Here we're seeing some pretty small ones. Right. You see larger ones that are sort of tank or vehicle based that are attacking you, and you've got to dodge them using your spring or your jello defense moves that you get later in the game.
It's a hang glider there.
You no hang glider?
Oh yeah, the hang glider.
Of course, I couldn't draw straight lines, so maybe it was above me.
But then when you get into the boss battles, the boss battles the bosses are just epically huge, and you're often you're on the actual robots doing the chain, trying to get from one fist to the other, and trying to defeat the robots from both sides. It's pretty cool.
Do you know anything about length? It's always a question kids ask you.
Oh, those kids. They always ask
kids
about
with their friggin' questions.
Lengthwise, I think the game is going to be, it's pretty solid from, at least, by my standards. And in addition
Bill has high standards.
I do have high standards. I've got very high standards. What's nice is the replayability of the game and the way that they build in, you collect sort of these gears and whatnot, and you can use those to create...
Not so easy, is it, huh?
He needs just a few more people in his team. There you go. So you use these gears, and you take the gears into the shop, and then when you're in the shop, you use the gears to purchase different skills, different items, and those skills and items are going to help you to get sort of the higher level medals.
Gotcha.
So there's a lot of replayability just in the main story mode, because you can go back in and obviously go for the pure platinum on everything. And then separate from that, there is a multiplayer mode that's sort of this kind of chaotic, cooperative, defeat as many enemies as you can, multiplayer with up to 5 players.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Local?
Yeah, that's local. You can do that with 4 of the Wii U Pro controllers and a 5th player playing on the gamepad.
Nice. Damn, we can play together.
I know.
With some of the other problems we know.
I think we should. How many different items or weapons can you summon in the game? Is it
So we haven't gone into the exact number of all of those just yet. Okay. We are going to be kind of, as we get closer to launch, revealing some of the heroes one by one with a little bit more detail on each of their backstories and as well as the different abilities that they have.
When does that launch?
We're launching September 15th.
Okay.
So it's great is that this game, we're launching, obviously, Pikmin 3 is coming on August 4th. Wonderful 101 is coming September 15th. That's followed by Wind Waker HD in October, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze in November. So just a month after.
But there are no games for the Wii U. Get out of here.
And obviously we launched Earthbound yesterday. So.
Yeah.
This kid.
I can't wait to see his story.
This is what this is what I'm so excited
Really?
about.
Well, then I apologize to this programming woman.
As obviously there's a lot of backstory to the game. It's not, I think a lot of people are just expecting it to be a straightforward action, but there's actually quite a bit of story to it.
Oh, you're right, it's a girl. A fun superhero story. That's what I want, and it's colorful.
That's right.
I'm excited.
Yeah, this is a really fun opening to the game.
Yeah. Take off.
Right up there.
I like it. You've done well, Bill. You've done well for yourself over there.
That's right.
This Nintendo, it's going places.
We're working on it.
I'll put some money down on them.
Bill,
this game, though, the genius, it's all platinum. It's all platinum games. Love those guys.
That's your idea. All right, Bill, thanks so much for bringing Wonderful 101 by the show today.
Please, thank you.
We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be back right after these messages.